I just did my interview with Sambanova Systems. He asked me at the beginning if I liked front-end stuff. Yeah, I am not into front-end, but I was saying like my experience with it. But he asked me like if I wanted to code a React component. I was like, no, I do not have recent experience. He actually doing a lot of stuff in their backend, and like what they're doing is they have this full stack web app for basically data flow as a service. Their customers can come in, and if they don't have any machine learning experience, then they can build out different data models and like use the examples that they have. Oh, and also they have hardware teams, and that's basically the thing that makes Sambanova Systems unique, is that they have a chip that basically runs the fastest AI apps in the world because of the way that they structured it. He said that they put like the compute unit closer to some other thing. I don't even know. I don't know hardware, obviously. And then that made it faster and makes the swaps like close to zero. So that's why they can power everything so quickly, and that's why everyone wants to use them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, I talked to the recruiter from Datadog, and she's so nice. I love her. She's the best. And she said that she can set up another meeting with me and someone from like a distributed systems team, because she sent like a whole doc of like different teams and their descriptions. So then I told her like the event platform seems interesting because I already have talked to people from the web engineering and resources area. I have to decide. I just keep going back and forth between New York and San Francisco. It's just like I kept thinking, yeah, like last week I kept thinking New York, Datadog, I want to work there, but then once Twitch was like definitely SF and then give me more money, I'm like, maybe Twitch. Okay, I just met with the recruiter from Ripple, and yeah, I'm very bad because I didn't know what I applied for. Apparently it's platform engineering, so that's really cool. That's like what I'm interested in and what I'm doing right now. And the way that the recruiter described it is something I really liked, because she said it's like DevOps meets software engineering, which I think is a very good way of describing it. So yeah, using basically the technologies I use, Kubernetes, Golang, Python, doing automation stuff, using Docker, using Linux. So very cool things. She's like, oh, do you have any Shopify offer from Shopify? I'm like, no, but I have 2 other offers. Oh my goodness, this is hard. And she said they have like a 1-week onboarding where they teach people like blockchain and crypto 101, which I would need. I'm too tired though. I need to go on a walk or something and then work on my machine learning project. Okay, I've been crying. I don't know if I can handle machine learning. Okay, maybe I won't drop machine learning, I don't know. I've been slowly going through the assignment and getting help from my friends who are also lost. So that's good that I have nice friends who can help me and who are very, very smart, unlike me. Yeah, machine learning is the hardest course I think I'm taking this semester, and like one of the hardest in all of my degree, I guess. Because it's just stuff that I'm not familiar with or like not good at, I guess. Okay, it's morning. Yesterday, I stayed up because I was talking to my friend Joanna, who's in San Francisco, and I was messaging a lot of people and working on my machine learning assignment, and everyone is different. Like some of them say New York, some of them say San Francisco, or like Datadog, Twitch, like it's all over the place. But I think at this point, I just want to get as much information as I can. Like I messaged the recruiter right now, like I messaged him at Twitch to ask him like a few of my questions to make sure that everything's clear for me. For Datadog, I want to see like, can I negotiate? Because Twitch said non-negotiable, but Datadog is less money, like 20K less total compensation. So that is a big difference, and New York and San Francisco are similar cost of living. So I'm trying to write my first ever negotiation email because I don't want to do this over the phone. So I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for sending information, blah, blah, blah. But before I can accept the offer, I want to see if there's any chance of increasing the base salary. After talking to a few engineers on distributed systems teams at Datadog and reading the doc you sent me, I think that my experience at Shopify and Twitch would help me quickly onboard and become a valuable contributor to the team. And I was like, and after I finish my production engineering internship, I'm gonna have strong skills in all the stuff that they use, like Golang, Kubernetes. I already have Python. I was like, also I received an offer from Twitch, as you know, and this is like their total compensation. So I was wondering if you can compete with that. I honestly think at this point I'll just accept Twitch. I didn't have the in-office experience and I want to. And San Francisco might be a good place like long term because most tech companies are there. Whereas New York I already know that I like, and if I want to go there in a few years then I can, like no big deal. It is T-minus 2 days until I have to make a decision. my hair is always weird in these videos. Tomorrow's my birthday and I have like dinner with my friends, and then Friday is gonna be like a pizza party where we're gonna taste test pizzas. Oh, also I don't think I talked about what I learned from the manager yesterday who I talked to, and also the intern, like my friend who works there, who I talked to last week. And basically they're both saying kind of the same thing, obviously trying to get me to work at Datadog. The manager like showed me around the office and was giving me a tour, showing me the view outside of it, because they're in the New York Times building. He was on the 45th floor and showing me the view of Manhattan, and you can see the Statue of Liberty and like all these cool things. I think that's so nice. He was showing me all the people in the office and I was waving at them from the computer. Definitely I will be pulled in to San Francisco because most companies are headquartered there, but also is it something I want to try now? It's like I need to think, what do I want to do now? Not in the future. Like in the future, things will change. I might go to New York in the future. I might go to a different country as well. So you can't really plan around what's going to happen in the future. Just like, what do I want now? Like in the next year or two. And also another thing that my friend who works at Datadog mentioned is that it's an ethically neutral company. So that means it's not going to get into all these controversies that a company like Twitch would or Shopify and that kind of stuff. Like that was an interesting point. What a sad start to my birthday. I woke up, just had breakfast, did my econ quiz because it's due tomorrow, and then I have a meeting scheduled with some manager at Datadog at 9:30 a.m. and it's already 9:40 and he hasn't showed up, so that's sad. I actually got a message on my phone from the guy, like the manager, who couldn't meet with me, but he's like, oh, like something came up, he wants to reschedule or something, but I said like, you don't need to reschedule. Okay, I did my makeup. I'm trying to get ready to get picked up for all you can eat sushi with my friends, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, I guess let's talk about my actual meeting with the Datadog manager. So he was really nice, but he's so smart. He was the manager for the event platform storage query team, and it seems similar to a team that I worked like very closely with in Shopify and data engineering. So basically what his team does is that they read the queries, like they take in queries, they parse them, they do something like actionable and distribute them, and then they get the results, aggregate them, return them to the user. They're trying to finalize this query language that they're doing. It's mostly in Java right now, but then he doesn't like Java and it's not super optimized, but a lot of the other teams are using Rust or Golang or C++. Like he came from a much bigger company, so I asked him about like what was the difference. He basically said like what's good about Datadog is that there's a no blame culture. And it was interesting because he actually joined that other company, like the bigger one, 5 years before, but his friend was the director of engineering at Datadog at the time, but it was still a startup. And I asked him why did he choose to go to Datadog at that point in time, and he said for money because the other company was offering him way more money. And then now he said that Datadog is in a very interesting position because they're kind of going from an agile startup to a mid-sized company, so they're like building all of these things that will be important in many years, like the foundation essentially that will be used. Also, something that's been on my mind and that's been super annoying is that being in person at school is weird because I forgot what it's like to meet new people and then not like them. Because my friend introduced me to this other guy and then he's just being so weird. Like he's flirting with me and I hate it. Like why? Just why? He's just like being so all touchy and like poking me and patting me on my head, and I feel like I'm being watched. I'm just walking and I need to like adjust my sock or something, and he's like, are you okay? And all this stuff, and I'm like, stop this, I hate this. It's actually like the weirdest feeling. And what also annoyed me is that like a bunch of these new people that I met yesterday at school, we were just in a lecture hall trying to study. I'm working on my machine learning assignment. My friend is working on their quantum computing assignment, like using the chalkboard and everything. I'm on my laptop. These other people in the room are just vaping in the lecture hall, just vaping and then talking about how rich their families are. And I'm like, who are you people? Like, look at yourselves. What the fuck is this? You're saying like, oh my god, my family owns like so much land. I'm gonna get like a piece of this country when my grandma dies, but all my family in America is so rich. My family in Canada is only upper middle class. Whereas I come from nothing. I literally, like when I went to the bank to make my first credit card, they asked me what is your family's assets or something, the value of their assets, and I told them $0. We have nothing. So I know the value of money, and then having these people just brag while they're like doing nothing whatsoever is hilarious. Like I just don't like it. And then having them bother me and flirt with me is the worst. I don't like this at all. It's Friday. It's the day that I have to decide. Haven't heard from Datadog about if they would give me more money. So, but anyways, even if they tell me they give me more money, I think that's not the right time. So fuck it, I'm gonna sign for Twitch. Yeah. My other, like the other interns there, they were like, yes, good job Maria for signing. And then some of them are still interviewing. One of the girls was like, I was gonna sign today, but then I decided to do my favorite pastime, fail interviews. I'm still in the process for like 3 companies. Like I need to set up calls for like the next interviews for 2 different companies. Asana, I think will be like in 2 weeks. Hopefully I don't have any other companies knocking and asking me to do that stuff. Okay, I got an email from the Datadog recruiter. They heard back from the compensation team and they'd only be able to give me a 10K bump in the sign-on bonus. She also was saying like, she wanted to emphasize good points about Datadog and also say that she knows that location has been a big point in my decision and that her having lived in San Francisco, she did feel like it was hard for her, especially to see like people who have everything and people who have nothing. Being a tech transplant is part of the problem. She was like comparing New York and San Francisco, which yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to decide, but I guess I've already made my decision on going to SF at least to try it out. And yeah, I have to be excited for that. I know it's going to be a big change, but I don't think that the only problem of San Francisco is like the tech transplants. I think it's been an issue like gentrification for many decades because I've done my research and I know that this is an issue. Yeah, so I think I have to email her. And I also did sign up for more interviews like in the next few weeks. And some other company emailed me a few minutes ago. Which one? Oh, Morgan Stanley, that I'm invited to do interviews. I'm just gonna tell them like I don't want to do it because it's like some full-time technology analyst. Yeah, with the other companies I'll finish their interview processes and see how it goes. This was an exciting experience. I learned so much. I'm so grateful for everyone. Yeah, I really want to write Datadog like a really good email saying thank you. Their team is so great and I got to talk to so many of them. They like actually care about people, whereas like other recruiting teams, it's just like you're a number. I 100% think that working there would be amazing. I think what's right for me is to try going to Twitch, working there, and see what it's like to be a full-time engineer there. Kind of don't want to limit myself yet because at Twitch I would just be a software development engineer and I can try out so many different things still. Whereas at Datadog, even though I am interested in distributed systems, I think I might be limiting myself too quickly or too early on in my career. So I think that that was also a big deciding factor for me. It's like, what do I actually want to be working on? I've been sitting here for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes writing this email. I want this recruiter to know how great she is. Thank you so much for getting back to me from the compensation team and also for all of your help and advice. You have honestly been the most caring recruiter I have ever had, and I'm really blown away by how thoughtful the campus recruiting team is, which is true. Like Datadog's recruiting team is spot on, amazing. And then I said, after thinking about everything, I decided today that I want to try working my first job at Twitch because I felt like in the 4 months I worked there, I only got a taste of what it was like. And I think I want to try working in more of a full stack role in a product focused team. I love Datadog and all the people that I got to meet. And I also love New York, but I think that right now I want to see what more I can learn at Twitch. I definitely think that in the future, I want to live in New York. And when I decide that, then I will 100% be applying to Datadog again because this was such a hard decision to make since I was 50-50 for most of it. And my friends even told me to just flip a coin because I was being so indecisive. But again, I want to thank you and all the amazing people I got to interview with and chat with at Datadog. What you're working on is so useful and great, and I know that all of the other new grads and interns will learn so much. Again, thank you so much. This is such an amazing experience and I'll always be grateful for it. I don't even know how to end this email, but I wish you all the best and want you to know how great you are. Have a great weekend, Maria.
Life right now is a movie. Yeah, wish the soundtrack was groovy. Too bad I'm frustrated, I'm moody. Yeah.
Alright, I wanted to end off the new grad diaries by explaining what happened in the next few months. So during October, after I got my offer from Twitch and accepted it, I decided to cancel all my other interviews with Ripple, Sambanova Systems, and Asana because I didn't want to do them. I think that's okay. That was a decision I wanted to make because I was so overwhelmed with school and work and everything all together that I thought it's what would be best for my mental health. And I was right. I'm very happy that I made that decision. And around November, I got an interview opportunity with Facebook, and it was around the time that they changed their name to Meta. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to do this, even though I haven't practiced for about a month at that point. I honestly just wanted to see what it would be like to interview at Facebook, and I signed up for the phone interview. It was supposed to be 45 minutes on a Monday, and Facebook even has their whole like website of practicing coding questions, which was really cool, and I like how they have that. But on the Monday, I emailed the recruiter and canceled the interview and just told them this like story of like, oh, I accepted an offer over the weekend, which was not true, but whatever. It's just that I felt so overwhelmed and stressed out during that specific weekend, and honestly the entire semester, because I was taking 5 courses, 3 of which were computer science ones, 4th year, and very difficult ones, some of the hardest courses I've ever taken in my entire degree. And I thought I was honestly gonna fail 2 of them, but I passed. And I was like, no, I cannot do this. I have so many assignments to do at this, like during that week, so many exams, and I was like, no, sorry, Facebook. And yeah, I guess that's where the story ends off. Like I've gotten some other messages from companies. I'm like, no thanks, like whatever. And yeah, I'm happy with the decision that I made. And also Twitch gave us an updated offer, so I'll put the details over here of what the final offer is. So it's a lot of money, around 205k USD total compensation for first year. Insane amount of money. Never thought that that would happen. And I'm very grateful for this entire experience and for all of you who watched this. And yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I'm very happy that people got something out of this, and I'm happy that I did it so that I can look back and see how much I progressed. And yeah, it was such a good experience to make these videos. So I hope you enjoyed them, and thank you for coming along on the adventure with me, and I wish you good luck with all of your interviews.